Oh, I forgot. I turned stuff down. And I forgot there wasn't any music during that. Let's change it a little bit. I'll be wait. Hello, this is Try Oasis as usual, and hold on for a moment. These are my two co-hosts, Kirby and Snorlax, right behind me. Say hello, Kirby and Snorlax. Hello. And yeah, let's. Will I get my co-host there? Hello.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Doing good, thank you, FuzzyCow, and you?
I'm doing quite all right. Today's been kind of slow. It's been nice, nice for me.
Right. Yeah, hold on a moment.
Apps. The latest version of the software is available for your TV. Do you want to update now? Version 033070 1607 megabytes. Please use LG TV remote control. Yes, no, no button.
A little bit
Volume
down.
25, 22, 20.
Right? Just to let you know, Kingsley 222, that we're currently at the finale of the last case for this game, so just watch out. This is heavy spoilers time.
That's right. We've made it to the Act 4 or Trial 4, and out of 5 trials apparently, and we are on the final day of said trial. We're about to enter the investigation phase.
Yep, hold on a moment. Yeah, that should be good. A little bit lower. Sorry, I just need to adjust the volume on my end.
Of course.
Right? Alright, so, yeah. Right, this will be Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, and yeah, good for you to join us, Kingsley 222. And we'll be beginning with the third. Whoops. Hold on a moment. I could have sworn I turned. Wait, turn off the volume by not have to. Anyways, we'll be going to Day 3 Investigation for Episode 4 Turnabout Goodbyes. And yeah, we'll. This will hopefully be our last day, so let's run it through.
All right, December 27th, 211 Wright & Co. Law Offices.
What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about?
A memory of a crime that I committed, a crime of a murder.
You really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently, but he'd never take someone's life. Never! Nick! Yo! How's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on, tell me tell me the truth, it was love, like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Bow before your god and savior. Today's trial. Larry, you really helped us out in the trial today. You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty for sure. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. The hook brings him back. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Well, I ain't telling you no lies. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know. But from where I was sitting, Edgy seems pretty edgy. Oh, he's always like that, Larry. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is that I'm going to believe in you too until the end. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me. Right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? Well, of course you. But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. And I guess we won't know until we go further. Yeah. Yes, this game is so old, but we're playing the Nintendo Switch version. It's released on modern consoles recently, like the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5. I believe it's also currently on PC. And this is based on... This is like an updated version with the models. Anyways, Edgeworth. Nick! Why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. Yeah, in grade school. I remember when I just wanted to be a ballerina. My daddy said no. Wait a minute. Wrong backstory. They saved me. Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. They saved me from being accused of another murder. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. What? Now, I know it looks bad. Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. Kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? Yes, a class trial. What else do you think I'm saying? You remember, Larry? Spring end of 3rd grade? Kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small, and pathetically weak. We had just had to fight every day to scroll and beg our parents just to give us money. Every month, kids would bring an envelope with money for lunch from home. Ah, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Why 38? Beats me. Yep, Phoenix is definitely weird. Then again, this whole series is weird and corny, and I just really like it. Oh yeah, now that you remember it, I do remember that too. I can see why you forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it. Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we had a classroom trial with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. Guilty, he did it. Guilty, it was you. Thief. Give the money back. You're such a meaty. No one play with him. Just admit it, you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. We're gonna play with you anymore. Yeah, no more in my racer. Yeah, you shouldn't be allowed in racer. Give me back my 50 cents I loaned you. My 50 cents discography. No, teacher. No, Phoenix. You know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I mean, look at my weird SpongeBob cartoon theme. That was a total, whatever. Oh yes, I'm currently streaming with FuzzyCow. Say hello, FuzzyCow.
Hello, stream.
I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. A miracle, an epiphany.
Objection. He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs.
Miles? Oh, look at Miles. Hee hee hee. So cute.
It wasn't you who stole the money, was it?
No.
Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting that you did it, but no one has any proof. That's, Your Honor. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent.
But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up on picking on one person. Just think about how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Duh. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. That's how it happens. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's what I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world. But then I got friends. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took So I kind of took it personally, you see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Wah, 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 wah. After the trial. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine whenever he talked about his father.
I'm going to be a defense attorney, just like my dad, a famous defense attorney.
Then a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts, you name it. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Like trying to shoot you in the head. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him. I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean that's why? That's why he became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? I mean, what else? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. And eventually we got through that with the second case in this game. In court.
Beat his goals pretty quick.
Yep, it is definitely clear. Edgeworth believed in him, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side, except for you and you, Larry and Maya. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick! So, is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you out because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. I do it for money. Oh, Nick! 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 We have to save Mr. Edgeworth. It's the last thing we do, okay? Right. Very well, maybe. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. Who is he? Who? Who is he? Who? I'd settle for who. Is he? It just moving on. Guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need and throw it in the trash can. Okay, let's go. Right? Guess we could go to the detention center.
December 27th, Detention Center, Visitors Room.
You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard about the story in the class trial.
Class
Class?
trial? What do you mean?
Oh, hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. Gotta take a look. I'll be right back.
Sorry for that. So while he's gone, I will update everybody on the status of this case. So originally, Miles Edgeworth, our rival, was basically sentenced to
then.
the lead suspect of a murder. His father died in an elevator with one
Right?
particular caretaker.
That's where I was.
So it's heavily suspected that that's the guy that murdered his father. And so the attorney who got that particular individual thrown out so that they could live a happy life, not in jail. Um, that attorney died, and Edgeworth was suspected as the murderer. It's been revealed that this weird boat caretaker might be the individual who shot Edgeworth's father, might be the individual that, you know, started Edgeworth's whole path towards prosecution. Continue, Dry Dry.
All right,
Sorry for the trouble.
all right, no problem. You don't remember?
No, I don't.
Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In third grade?
Lunch money? Oh, oh, right. It seems to. I seem to remember something like that.
Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney.
Ridiculous.
Gee, thanks, Edgeworth.
That said, it does sound like that kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even.
Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth.
Perhaps.
Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? Right?
I couldn't let myself deny reality like you.
What do you mean?
My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person.
One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right?
Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter. Anyway, you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook.
That would be Robert Hammonds.
On that day 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in the elevator for 5 hours.
5 hours?
Then we were rescued. We were all suffered oxygen deprivation. I lost all memory of the murder.
Lost your memory?
Even now, I can't recall what happened in the elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's argument in court. He claimed that Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to his oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind and started to hate defense attorneys.
Okay, so Prosecutor Von Karma. How does he fit in with this? What's your relationship with Von Karma? Please don't.
He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect.
Ooh.
I learned everything I know in the courtroom techniques from him.
So he's like my sister was to you, Nick.
He's a perfectionist in all things in court. In his personal life, he's obsessed with doing everything perfect.
Perfectly, huh?
In all the cases he has ever taken on, none were left unsolved, and not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever.
But that's...
I know it's impossible for some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it's not impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does in his job is find the suspect guilty, perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible for him to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away.
Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. Don't praise your enemy. Hey, he's right. Now's not the time to praise the enemy, Edgeworth.
It's a strange situation I find myself in, I admit.
No kidding. Anyways, going on and moving on up. Guess we could just check out the lake.
December 27th, Gold Lake Park entrance.
Hey, oh wait, I forgot it's you.
Hey, pal. Long time no see.
Long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe.
Close one today, eh? I got so worked I snapped my tie in half.
Sorry about that, but it looks like your tie is good on you right now.
No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we know who really did it.
You mean the boat shop caretaker?
Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may, it's my duty to you as police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal.
Alright, see you later, Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe is sure active today.
Oh, one more thing.
Eek!
No one can go into the woods today.
The woods? You mean like into the woods? By that one guy? Where a lot of us camping?
The woods are off limits to camping. Apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while.
Wah wah. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Wah 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 wah.
Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow.
Right? Oh yeah, I almost forgot to always do this as ever. And for those watching, I hope that you've had a great day so far, and if not, hello there, Kingsley222. And and if not, I hope the rest of your day is better or tomorrow is better for you. Boop-a-doop-a-doop, to the public beach.
December 27th, Gourd Lake, Public Beach.
Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Me personally, I would want a samurai burger. Burger.
December 27th, Boat Rental Shop.
That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer.
Him.
I know that clearing out the throat anywhere.
Aha! Hello. What might you be doing there? Out for a walk? Ah, the end of my youth. Like the scent of a fresh lemon, you see.
Ah, Mr. Grossberg! This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow.
That is true, yes. But from what I saw today, Edgeworth's trial should be fine.
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm not sure. What else does that mean?
If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance.
Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Who knows?
December 27th, Caretaker's Shack.
Nobody's home. Hello, hello, Squawk! Hey, it's Polly. Wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello, hello, Squawk! Can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor girl to fend for herself. Hello, hello, Squawk! Well, we haven't done over here, but let's go over there. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. Squawk! Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't money in there. Aw. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. Guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? That sounds boring. And boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. Handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. What? Edgeworth? Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says, this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge of the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. Better kill Robert Hammond, frame Edgeworth, pulling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. The decisive evidence. It's all here, in perfect detail. What do you think this means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond, he called out Edgeworth. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following the instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Letter from safe added to the court
That
record.
just clears Miles pretty much completely.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, Edgeworth, do you know anything about this? Edgeworth, see this letter? It's got your name on it. This came from the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives.
I see. Revenge on me?
Who is that old guy anyway?
I don't know.
Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something?
Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all.
So, he was following this letter then?
Which means there's someone else behind it. Now it's time to get your revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men. Meaning myself and Robert Hammond.
It also says, this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident.
Wait. That old man.
What is it? Do you know who he is?
Yogi. Could he be Yogi?
Yogi?
The suspect of the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Yogi Yanni was a criminal, or was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in the elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong.
Hold on a moment.
Yep.
They're just playing out the quake. Say it now.
The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned, and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! Help! I can't breathe.
Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier.
I want to get out. Help! Get us out.
Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen.
That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yagi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. At the end, the claim passed. The court was, and Yagi was found innocent.
Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to get revenge on you?
Right?
Yeah?
There's something that's been troubling me for these few days. I don't know whether I should tell you or not.
You mean the nightmare?
It's
Blah, 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 blah.
a nightmare of a memory of a crime that I committed.
Crime. Memory of murder.
I think the time has come for me to tell all.
Alright. Let's hear your nightmare.
For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time.
What kind of dream?
It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark. Help, I can't breathe.
Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier.
I want to get out. Help, get us out.
Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen.
I can't breathe. You're using my air.
What?
Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you.
What? What are you doing?
Stop breathing my air. No, Father. He's attacking Father. Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father!
Bang. Roar.
And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has hung in my ears for the last 15 years.
But that's just a dream, right? Right?
That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father.
What?
If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edward. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's what he wanted. Revenge against me.
Wait, Edgeworth. You mean...
It was me. I was the true criminal of the DL6. I shot my father.
This is bad. What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there is anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick. There is someone who knows about DL6. I got it.
Grossberg. Yep. December 27th, Grossberg Law Offices.
Mr. Grossberg.
Oh, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled.
No kidding. I can't believe you're not.
My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened.
It's Mr. Edgeworth. He sobbed. He told us that he wasn't going to think about living anymore. Wait, what?
I see. So Mr. Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father.
It's only a dream! Only a dream!
I wonder.
What?
If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled?
Well,
Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth, so deep he would want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real. As you imagined, Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done.
no! I don't believe it!
Yogi was suspected for murder, and his career as bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close.
He dreamed a dream of days gone by, that he would shoot his own father. Anyways, what do you know about Edgeworth's father?
He was a defense attorney, without peer. Sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer, now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey.
My sister?
Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques.
That's no surprise.
Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods.
And?
He lost, and died in despair, as it were.
I see.
When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Miss Fay.
Ah. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi.
Yet Yogi was found innocent.
That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud.
That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet now that I arrive to think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him.
I don't believe it. So you're saying that he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son?
It's only a possibility, mind you, but a possibility nonetheless.
Dude, that's eerie to think about.
Oh ho! And so this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond.
But why would why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended his clients not for their sake, but his own.
Huh? His own sake?
He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent. So why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict, but for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined.
Huh?
You'll understand soon enough. Wait.
What is it?
This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before, a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote it?
Well, it can't be Miles Edgeworth. We know that for sure. But would Yanni Yogi write a letter to himself, maybe? I don't know.
Miles makes no sense. Yanni doesn't have the memory to keep this plan together, so we have to say Manfred von Karma. Right? Of the three options presented, that's the craziest, but it's the only one that's reasonable.
Yeah, could it be Manfred von Karma?
Von Karma. Why would he have something to do with this?
Well, I'm not sure.
Hmm. Von Karma. Von Karma. Wait, you're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports.
What? But that means now I know that looks bad. The one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was.
Correct. Manfred von Karma himself.
What does this mean then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth?
I think it's possible. We know that Von Karma creates evidence, right?
Right.
So what if this is him creating evidence against Yanni Yogi? Yogi Yanni? Doesn't matter. No doubt about it. This is Von Karma's handwriting. Yoga was following on Von Karma's instructions when he killed Hammond.
Hold on a moment. Let's see here. Are you looking at the screen currently, or? All right,
He would
so
know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll say as much tomorrow. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty.
oh no! But how could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
That I do not know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son.
What do you mean?
It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred.
Gregory versus Manfred. What happened in the trial between Edgeworthstead and Von Karma?
Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial, but Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood.
Faulty evidence?
It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
A vacation?
Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't take vacations, like go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya.
In any case, the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot.
Odd. He wanted to keep a perfect record so badly. Why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? When Karma is going to breed up DL6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him.
Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even an accidental murder is a murder, you know.
I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His mother must have liked to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty.
Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could check again. The police files might hold something of interest.
Mr. Grossberg, thank you.
I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim.
I understand. Police materials, One day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. one day more. Another day, another destiny. To get Elchworth out of this felony. I don't know what else to say, so I'm just going to say it anyway. One day more. Anyways,
Number 27th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs.
there's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe'll be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. Maya? Phrasing. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well, I can't have just anyone wandering around in there, but I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes, he just arrived actually. Von Karma's in the record room. Nick, let's hurry!
December 27th, Police Department Record Room.
Dusty as always. We were only just here yesterday. Sure they haven't had the time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma. What in the world? Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. Label says unsolved cases evidence. Unsolved cases? Nick! The file for DL6, it's completely empty. What? Now, I know this looks bad.
What are you doing in here?
Eek! Von Karma!
You. How do you know my name?
Huh?
Have we met?
What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team.
Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They're like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed.
I can see how this guy would judge for his mentor. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right?
A romanticist who could never shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father. Always second rate.
Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record, no? So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son after your wing afterwards? The song of your most bitter rival.
That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've been a defense attorney. Since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, I mean? You mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know that Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Oh boy. So, this is probably the stupidest thing we'll ever do in this game, so you're not going to like it.
Yeah. We're going to show him our evidence.
Yep. That's not very wise, but...
Technically, according to modern rules, you have to present all evidence to both sides.
But yeah, we know that...
This is not those rules.
Yeah, but we're going to probably regret this. Showing him that we actually have decisive proof against the actual person who might have sent this letter. Not very a good idea. So show it off to the prosecutor with no witnesses but ourselves in there. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder.
Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you admit it! You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter!
Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You saved me a lot of needless hassle.
What? No, I know this sounds bad. Nick! What is that thing? It's a stun gun for self-defense, usually.
Indeed. 600,000 volts will pulse through your body like a dog touching an electric fence.
600,000?
Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually. Now give me the letter.
No! No!
Whoa! What are you?
Nick! Run! Ah! Maya!
Out of my way!
Ugh! And we both fell and died. The end.
Usually.
Ugh. He got us. The letter is gone, of course. And he'll probably destroy that. And he took the DL6 evidence. All of it. We are so screwed. Back to having no clues. Wait. Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes. Maya! The letter. Did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Maya! Grr, there has to be some way I can help her. Better do something about her self-confidence first. Huh? Maya, she's holding on to something. What is that? A bullet. DL6 incident. Evidence number 7. Taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. When Karma was holding this when Maya jumped on him. DL6 bullet stashed in a pocket. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. To be continued.
Final part of the final day.
Yep. Let's take a little 2-minute break.
Alright, sounds good.
We'll be right back. Man, this is going to be the most tense part. I'll be right back. For those currently watching, I hope your days have been well. And later on, I'll definitely need to check on something myself. Yeah. Well, let's get this show on the road. The last day. Oh, hey there.
Hey, sorry for being a little late.
No problem. Can you talk once more?
Yeah, I can, certainly. So this was a pretty big twist, huh? Von Karma, someone who previously has been pretty in the weeds, behind the scenes. He's stepping out, making a big
Yeah,
appearance.
yeah. Can you check your. Let's see here. I'm not sure what it is, but something about I only can hear you through my left speaker or something like that. That's strange.
Okay. Um, that is definitely strange. I'm gonna mute myself and then maybe I'll disconnect and come back in.
Okay.
All right. Did that do anything?
Hmm. Guess. I guess not, but I think I'll have to work with that as much as I can.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I do truly do not know what's going on.
Yeah, same. So yeah, the last trial. Let's finish this off in style.
Okay.
Last
Sounds good.
trial, we'll finish it off in style. Oh,
December 28th, 9:51 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2.
hold on a moment. I think it might be from my speaker. Okay, try speaking once more.
Yep. December 28th, 9:51 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2.
One more time.
Okay. So, I know that we're having some technical difficulties, so I'm going to vamp a little bit.
All right.
Today I got some nice granola bars. We're good?
I think so. All
All right.
right. This is it. Judgment Day. Today things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Warg! What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyway, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard.
Whoa. What what are you doing?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I thought I'd just cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge? Right, Good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. This is Gumshoe.
Whoa, pal! That was weird gumshoe energy, but okay.
Well,
What's on it, girl?
she shocked him by surprise, so, you know. Detective Gumshoe!
Evening, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning.
So, I didn't go, Detective.
Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I brought him in, took all night, pal.
Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired.
Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good.
Wah, 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 wah. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. That has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it.
Court is December 28th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 3.
Rebel, 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 rebel.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready. Right. Very well. We have reached the final day of our proceeding in this trial. I ask that the prosecution and defense submit decisive evidence. Understood.
Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says.
Very well, Mr. Von Kalma. Your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake. From there, he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost the memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? Objection! The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony.
Why I left court.
I really am sorry about leaving yesterday like I did, but I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly. See? Figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So, my testimony yesterday stands as is.
Sleepy, sleepy.
Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we?
He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi, you're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. Why you left court? Gonna press. I'd call what you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and realized you were in danger.
Objection. Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony.
He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. Hold it! Why did you leave?
Objection. He was just about to say why. It's so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking.
If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. Wah wah. Dude,
Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown.
but you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack?
Well, I kinda got lost, you see.
Objection! The witness has trouble remembering things. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack.
Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that.
I see. So he was lost.
Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. Wah wah. You've lost so much memory of your memory, is that correct?
Yup, it seems like it.
Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are.
Objection! The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he is lying, then show the court proof.
Sure. How am I supposed to prove what's going in that old cogger's head? That's impossible.
I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well. Witness, please continue.
How can you say that you've had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right?
Objection! Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible.
I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing all over and over until the trial ends.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past, or therefore, or lack thereof, into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case?
Of course, Your Honor. This witness had said he had nothing to do with the case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Rebel, 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 rebel.
Order, Mr. Wright. This is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you don't know who the witness is? Or are you saying you know who the witness is?
Of course, Your Honor.
Oh. Now it is interesting. I would like to know myself. Who is he?
Don't play dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell us the witness's name.
His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff.
Yogi. That seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident.
It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case.
But what does this mean?
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
Objection. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this in court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof, and allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory.
This is it. I have to do this now. I can't prove he's the Oni Yogi right here, right now. I've got nowhere else to go. Nick! How are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's the Oni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago.
I see. That makes sense.
Huh?
I'm so very sorry, Mr. Wright.
Why?
The witness has no fingerprints.
What? What? No fingerprints? No, I know that seems bad.
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yup.
What? No, I know that sounds bad, but I went to chemical plant zone, and that's how the whole thing started, by going into that one part with the aqua and water. I drowned it a few moments ago, and had to start the whole thing all over again. Yogi, you sneak! You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past!
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we'll not be able to prove his identity.
No!
Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems the case has been decided, no?
No. Know what happened. I know everything. Just can't prove it. No, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way.
There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one!
Nick, what are we going to do? Didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. But what do I do?
Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you would like to cross-examine the parrot for a little comic relief, huh?
Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor. The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Hello there, Skull Crusher.
Mr.
20...
Von Karma up?
On his proposal?
Hello there, Skull Crusher 22,740. Hello. Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. We've gone into straight-up bonkers now.
Order, order. Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Need you to ask? This is a farce. I object.
Objection! Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested.
Well, if you're so desperate, then please, be my guest.
Be my guest, be my guest. Cross-examine the parrot. That's my test.
Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences.
Nick, this is crazy.
Well, still want to play your little game?
Hold on.
Yep.
Yep. Good, finishing up this case soon. And, yep, we got no other things to do. Let the parrot take the stand. Let the parrot take the stand. I'll cross-examine her, Your Honor.
This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard.
My karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except for the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so.
Bailiff, bring the parrot. That's quite the bird.
Hold on a moment.
Yep,
What? No, say it, please.
that's quite a bird. Tell us your name. Name? The witness is ignoring me.
Wah, wah. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Uh-huh. Very well, witness. Who was your owner? Please, testify for us.
Oh yeah, so we're basically testifying. We're basically getting a parrot to testify about their owner so we can give the owner a connection to the person, a connection to the murder victim at hand. This part is just straight up bonkers.
The owner is claiming that they have a memory loss and that they cannot be linked to a specific incident several years ago because they do not have their own identity. So the parrot, hopefully, will be able to prove the owner's identity.
Yep. Okay. Who is the owner? Hello! Hello! Squawk! Dot dot dot. Succinct and concise.
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well. Begin your cross-examination.
Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Hello? Hello? Squawk? Hold it! Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. Want you to testify. Why, you talk to her. Right, do I say? Well, what do you think?
The passphrase is Polly, right?
Yeah.
And Polly is the parrot's name. So I think in order for us to make progress, we have to establish that Polly is the passphrase.
Alright. What's your name? Maybe I should get her to say her name? Polly! Polly, what's your name? Polly! Polly! Squawk! Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright, I think
I
we've
forget.
established that the parrot's name is Polly. Does this have anything to do with the owner's identity?
Of course. Yes, it does. And since we're going off based on Deal 6, we might as well read this. Case summary. Dates 12/28/2001. Location, Elevator District Courthouse. Urban elevator was oxygen depleted. Time of incident. No clues found on the scene. Victim data. Gregory Edgeworth, age 35, defense attorney, trapped in the elevator returning from a last trial with his son. While Edgeworth, age 9, one bullet found in heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. And suspect data. Nani Yogi, age 37, court bailiff, trapped in the elevator with the Edgeworths. Memory loss, blah blah blah. After his arrest, fiance Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Ew.
That's an aspect I didn't know about before.
Yeah, we should have read up on that case. While. Yes, it does.
Fascinating. You claim the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us this proof.
Nick, Don't you think you're bluffing this a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is... Let's see here. Let's see here. As for your question, Skull Crusher 2740. Let's see here. My favorite game... Well, my favorite games would be the original Pokemon trilogy for the Game Boy. Those were the first memories of playing games when I was little, so I hold really sentimental value with them. As for Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, it's definitely in my top 20, I would say. Anyways, all we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Right? Sorry about that, Skull Crusher. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... There we are. Take that!
The DL6 case file.
Objection. That is quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on? Show us or stop wasting our time.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please show us the page where this file is to confirm information connected to the parrot's name.
Suspect data. It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Favorite. Charizard for me. And right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see?
Indeed, it does say that.
What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins. Polly!
Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her.
I see. I guess that is possible.
Objection. A mere coincidence, that is all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Wright, does this mean you're my granddaughter's fiancé?
What? What?
She's only 7 years old.
Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other collaborating evidence.
How am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can get one more piece of evidence. Right. But what?
Very well, witness. You may continue.
Hello, Squawk. Blah, 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 blah. Right? So what is the other theme?
Have we forgotten something?
Let's try that. As I recall 2 days ago. Polly! Have we forgotten something? Squawk! Don't forget DL6! Squawk! If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly? Have we forgotten something? ... Hello, Squawk? That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something we forgot. Hello, Squawk? Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it?
Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot. Would he? Oh, nice for Dragonite's a good choice. Did he train her not to respond when he asked if we've forgotten anything? Okay, so I guess we know what to do now. What's the safe number? Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what's the number of to the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228.
My,
Oh.
what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has anything to do with the caretaker.
Let's see what that is. Oh. Can you see it quite clearly?
That's the date of the event.
Yep. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Ha! Ridiculous. How could the number of a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity?
Back to the incident. Take that.
The DL6 case file? What is your obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright, where is this file? Can we find something related to the safe number?
Case summary, of course. It's on the case summary page.
The case summary page?
Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred.
The date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on the safe?
And the number on the safe is 1228.
Ah.
He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how that date was to him.
I see. It clearly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their date to numbers, set their secret numbers to dates.
Objection! Bah, this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM's card number to 001 because I am number one. This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing.
That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here.
This is a mere coincidence. That is all.
True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me.
What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat shop immediately. Witness, tell us your name.
Wait. This witness doesn't remember his name.
No, it's okay.
His demeanor changed.
I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years.
Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Rebel, rebel, rebel. Rebel, 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 rebel.
Order! Order! Yanni Yogi. So was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound.
Favorite
He
dragon
told me
movie?
It would make me innocent. Get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. My job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then, this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter
Right.
and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was the plan to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. It didn't care who sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a minute. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on the matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyways, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Von Karma, where is Mr. Yogi?
Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession.
Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is
Innocent, in this case at least.
Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are clear of suspicion in this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections?
I don't believe it. Why isn't Var Karma saying anything?
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Not guilty. Yay! We won. Now I hope nothing bad happens after this. Really, I'm glad.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
Oh no.
Objection. Did someone say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Hold on. It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means no. Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He was going to tell them he was a murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh. What should I do? Of course raise an objection. Objection! The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst.
Objection. Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed.
That would be Larry. Yeah.
We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth.
He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out.
For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It is the only nightmare that I've told myself. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean the incident where your father died?
From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me, Your Honor. I confess my guilt. I am guilty for the DL6. The statute of limitation which ends today. The culprit is me.
Rebel, rebel, rebel. Rebel, 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 rebel.
Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent and is confessing to another crime. A crime for which the statute of limitation runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
It's obvious. We will hold a trial right here, right now. We try this man for this crime of 15 years ago.
Rebel, rebel, rebel. Rebel, 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 rebel.
I think I would like to take a 5-minute recession. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
Oh no, not a recession. We can't go on with the third one.
December 28th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Sorry, Wright. I've wasted all your effort. Mr. Edgeworth? I don't believe it, pal. I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter where the circumstances.
This is just crazy.
Huh? Nick? What are you doing? Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. Getting my case ready. Your case for what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe you're a nightmare. Not me.
What?
No, I know it seems bad. It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me.
Right. December 28th, 2:30 p.m. District Court, Number 3. Then I would like to resume our trial.
Judge, Miles Edgeworth has committed to his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examination. The statutes of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book.
I see. Does the defense have any objections?
Hold on, Your Honor. Anyways,
I see. Does the defense have any objections?
no, Your Honor. On Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Isn't he already taking the stand?
Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth, I'm prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key. If only I can get it to work. Please. Please.
That
The
day,
The DL6 incident. What?
that day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, the earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a terrible gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck in the elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of these events.
Blah. The same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Huh? Yes, Your Honor. The DL6 incident. So, what are we going to present here? We need to show evidence.
So, I don't know if we have evidence of this claim, but I believe that the gun had 2 shots, not a single shot.
Hold on a moment.
Um,
Don't worry. Let's review this.
so I believe in here it stated that yes, the murder weapon was fired twice.
Alright, let's do it then. Objection! Are you sure you only heard one gunshot?
Yes, I'm sure of it. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see.
No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
Objection. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? Don't accept this evidence. Unless you can tell us what page it's on, which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's attorney.
Testimony. But victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says quite plainly the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shots?
Perhaps there was another shooter who fired the second shot.
Objection. Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, the incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the
Hold
incident.
on, Mom. Go on ahead.
It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
What?
I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot had something to do with this case?
Right. We hadn't really seen this photograph, so... Oh, do you see something?
There's a shot in the window of the elevator.
Yeah.
So
Yes, of
that's
course.
Clearly not.
Right? Yeah, Your Honor, I think I was able to show you proof.
What? Impossible!
Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after we've seen the evidence. Very well. Mr. Wright, show us your proof. Do you have any evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident?
Yeah, let's show him the photo. Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me laugh. How did her eyes get so red? And what the heck is in D. Joey's head?
This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim there is Gregory Edgeworth.
This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So, let me get this straight. The photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where?
Your Honor, please get a clue. There's nothing you can do. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. There we are. Take that! It should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see a bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol, yet there's also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edward fired that second shot.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot your brain fired out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by somebody else.
No, Mr. Wright, but who could do something? Who could that someone
That's
else be?
the murderer, of course.
Objection! I knew I should have stepped in before your wildest fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely.
Hold on a moment. Thank you, Skull Crusher, for joining. Anyways, went ahead, FuzzyCow.
Look, try the case summary page.
The case summary. That's on page 1.
Look what's written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
He does have a point.
That the second bullet was never found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Mr. Gregory Edgeworth's life was the first bullet shot by his own son. That is the truth of the matter. The whole truth. It is undoubtedly something else that made the bullet on the door.
Order! I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet was not found. It is highly unlikely the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid we have to discount the defense's claim.
I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
Gah! How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? I've been wrong about this whole incident? What are you going to do, Nick? Aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick? The second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought I'd won. I thought the money would be mine. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shots. But now, I was wrong to think that could be so simple. This case had stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick!
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only one bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Precisely.
I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention. Yes, I did.
Oh no! He's accepted the guilt.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant right here.
Right now.
Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. So many things I know I should be saying. My mind's going blank. Can't find the words.
Mr. Wright?
Alright. Since this will be last part of this, let's take and it's past the 2 hour mark or so. Let's take a 5 minute break, but we will definitely finish this by in about 30 minutes, I promise you that.
All right, sounds good.
Right.
There's no bend on my side, so if you need to go longer on my side, that's fine with me.
Alright. So yeah, we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Sounds good. All right.
Man, this case is going to be very, very intense. In the meantime, now I'll just play the song in the background. Back as ever. What's that streaming? Going over here. You're pressing the nothing you need. I knew that 3 notes would be so iconic. Hey there, FuzzyCow. Again.
Hey there, Dry Oasis.
All right.
Break?
It was good. And yeah. I have an objection. Objection! Your Honor! I object!
Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object?
Oof. Nick? I don't know. This case is perfect. Oh no. Rah. It must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. Second bullet must exist. Where?
Someone took it. It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright.
Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed.
What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
The murderer.
Objection! The murderer? Then tell us, who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet. Why would he?
Huh?
First of all, how would he have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet. Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
I don't know. Why would the murderer have spent time looking for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
The murderer has no reason to take the bullet. You don't want to admit it, but that's true.
Irk.
Had to take it away.
Had to take it? The murderer? What's that mean?
You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take the bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean?
Well, for instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer?
The bullet hit the murderer.
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take you with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know?
Huh? Huh?
Wait a second. I was talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Oh, interesting.
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer himself was shot. And he left with the bullet still inside, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime.
Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes?
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean
The murderer came from outside, yes. Rabble, 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 rabble. Rabble, 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 rabble. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his seat and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet... The bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens up the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I have ever known.
Got that right.
I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
Objection! What are you denying? What are you saying? Deny it. Deny it. No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murder.
One was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right, I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick! Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Oh.
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow!
Must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. Took a vacation several months after, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. It was the first and last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecuting.
What if Von Karma didn't take the vacation just because of shock, but because he took it, because he was injured? Which would only mean one thing. It was a murder in the DL6 incident. It was a man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh, man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Oh, why not? Your Honor, there is a suspect, one lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
Irk, my hands are shaking.
What?
Von Karma.
Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor, sitting right here?
Bah.
You don't object?
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. How would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So, You're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Irk. Nick, let's find out who this doctor is.
It's no use.
Edgeworth? No, it's no use. Hey, get that silver guy out of here.
I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave any clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave the doctor as a witness.
Sure, nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane! No, he couldn't have. Can't just pull bullets out yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere. But where?
Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove I was shot?
Do it. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much.
What?
The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... Okay, so, what do we have that can probably say... Think about a bullet.
The bullet is in his body still, right?
Yeah, but how are we going to prove that?
We have a metal detector that got us a air canister a long time ago. It never returned to the... We stole it from police.
We borrowed it from police. Detective Gumshoe loaned it to us. We just haven't returned it back. Take that! Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where's that bullet now? I think it is unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean...
I do. I do. There is a possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma.
Is this even possible? For all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run over this over you and see what we find.
Objection.
Ooh.
I refuse.
You refuse. But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you.
Rabble, 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 rabble.
Order.
Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
Objection! Judge, I call for the suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of personal privacy.
Objection! The statute of limitations run out of this case today. It was you who said that we had to end it right here, right now.
Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to the testing.
Nick, what does this mean? Don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Beep, 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 beep. It reacted. Something's right inside his shoulder, like a microwave. The bullet! Mr. Von Karma?
You. It was you.
I was afraid this would happen, so I remained silent.
Huh?
Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What? Now I know that sounds bad.
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6.
Rebel, rebel, rebel. Rebel, 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 rebel.
But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything.
It is.
It is you who must prove something here, Mr. Wright. Not I.
Mr. Wright, well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Mr. Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6?
Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday.
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
Nope. No, I'm the one you should be sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
You were so close, one day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof.
What?
I would have thought that you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth. I can link that bullet to your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof! The bullet!
That's a bullet.
Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite well, nicely, with all the ballistics markings intact.
Ballistic markings?
You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with the weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon was fired with the bullet. It's quite accurate.
We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove that bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to that on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma, here's his breakdown.
That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help, I can't breathe.
Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier.
Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away from my father. It's the scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you.
It was you who screamed.
Mr. Von Karma?
Edgeworth! Only you would dare defy me.
So, it was you.
You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. Bury you with my hands. Death! Death!
15 years earlier.
Mr. Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry.
Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
I was careless.
I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Edgeworth. It was a shock I've never known. Me? Penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in darkness. I was in the court record room. I must have wandered in there, without thinking, where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went to the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, and nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible, burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside. All unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then, it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge? What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now. End it now.
Very well. It appears we have come to a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Not guilty.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
Gosh darn it. Maybe another 13 minutes. I didn't expect this to be any longer than
All
it is, right?
We're all right. December 28th, 5:38 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say I'm impressed. Was pretty close, though. I was so sure we've had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's just a good memory. So it's finally over, Edgeworth.
Right.
Yeah?
I'm not sure how to say this.
I know. Try thank you.
I see. Thank you, Wright.
You're welcome. I think you could have done better with that.
Oof. Sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing.
You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. Who's got you there?
Wahoo! Amazing, pal. You just pulled through, just like I thought you would. I never thought forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down again a bit this month. But who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see. Ahem. Wow! I feel foolish.
Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all. Lotta. Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats.
Thank you very much.
I knew you were innocent. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your head in the cookie jar, even if no one was there.
You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you?
Well, let's bygones speak of bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? You, me? I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened to now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Beyonce. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Wedgie, there you are.
Yes, I'm here.
Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration, dude.
Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you come along too. My treat. Bow.
Oh, Gumshoe. Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, no, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he said treat, that's not please talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry.
Right?
Yeah? What's up?
That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it.
Well, yeah. That's not strange. People give money to celebrate sometimes.
It's $38, right?
Wait, 38? Huh, what a weird amount. It means it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. 38 exactly? Nick, wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? 38? No. No! Larry, it was you!
What are you so surprised about, Larry?
Huh?
Larry was absent that day from school, right? That doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect.
What?
Think back to that day, 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored. He came into school anyways. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history.
I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you?
I suspected. I couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember?
Yeah, too well.
Right. You may not know this, but we used to have a saying back at school. When something smells, it's usually the butts.
I know.
Really, right? I'm surprised you didn't figure it out.
Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth. You should have told me. Now, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'd say so, yes.
There you have it. Or does that leave me? Became a defense attorney because of what you two did.
Well, I call you a goody two-shoes to the extreme. You have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist.
Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. The death sentence for both of you. And if only I'd known I'd become a prosecutor.
The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all.
Edgeworth.
Want to switch, right?
Hey, y'all. Line up, I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time. Let's go.
And after that, dinner on me.
You know, the strangest thing is, what, like, I always thought in my head, Turi, after that game, I had this one idea in my head that Miles Edgeworth and Phoenix Wright should, even though a game like that has never come out, I would have liked to see if Miles Edgeworth and Phoenix Wright changed places. I know it would have been ridiculous, but I always had that idea in my head of if there was an alternate universe in which that happened. It would have been so bonkers and so insane.
I mean, have you seen A Few Good Men? There's this point where A Few Good Men, Tom Cruise's character turns to the other person and says, "Hey, you want to switch?" And then they flip a coin and say, "Heads, you take it. Tails, I do." In terms of who's going to defend the person. In court, like, you have to defend your case, right? Your side
Yeah.
to it. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention center. Wah wah. December 29th, 5:02 a.m., right in Cola offices. I'll do the rest of the narration here since it's a little bit of a theme between my two characters. Whoa, I went a little bored yesterday with the sushi. My head hurts. Huh? It's only 5 o'clock a.m. Maybe I should go back to sleep. Huh? What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. Couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Bye, Maya. Goodbye? Wait, what time is it? Gah! The first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station! Running to the station, to the station, to the station. I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Then I never saw her again. Hold it! Sorry. Wait! What? I never could have saved Miles Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped him, Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. Well, you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have the evidence that you helped. Evidence? Show Maya some evidence to cheer up. What do we think that will be?
The picture of her mother, potentially?
I'm just gonna throw it. It's this. I mean, she did hold on to the bullet.
Yeah, she found it.
A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma for good. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. Ring. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Bye-bye. Aww. Thanks, Nick. And we never saw her again. And let's just watch this. It's the credits now. Oh, and so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now my new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. It's going to be
Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
it's going to be automatic from this time on. Let's just enjoy the credits.
Okay, sounds good.
Ignore the dialogue. We're just going to watch
Yeah,
it.
I got you. That was kind of funny.
Indeed it was.
Talking about graphic design, I think she deserves a raise, or he deserves a raise.
Yeah.
For the limited quality, like, you can't really do too much.
Yeah, I mean,
The
this was...
animations are stellar.
Yeah, I mean, this was first on
So
the
much
game...
characterization.
And this was on the Game Boy Advance originally. And look at the amount of detailed sprite work this had to have gone.
Yeah, like, it's really impressive.
To this day, because it was during high school and all of that, and you know my the occupations of my parents or so, this I was actually interested in how this game was going to go, and I never thought it would actually become one of my favorite games. To this day, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is my favorite game ever.
So they're also doing something kind of interesting here. So I play Dungeons and Dragons, and in Dungeons and Dragons, whenever you're finishing a campaign, you have to show all of your favorite characters, NPCs. And I think they're kind of doing that right here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
That's cathartic. This is a pretty cool touch too.
Well, not all of the characters. I mean, you won't see any of the murderers here.
Well, they're in prison. They can't really give you their testimony as to how their life is going or what they think of Mr. Wright.
Oh, hey there, old bag. The old chatterbox.
This is a really small team so far.
Yeah. I mean, actually, to tell you the truth, if I remember, it was a side project when the first game began anyway, so they didn't know how it would grow originally, so that's why there's so few people originally, is because...
That's pretty crazy though, right?
Because it was a small project. Actually, this game was supposed to be a detective game at one point, but I don't know when during the process, but I think they just had to change par for the course or whatever. But I'm glad that it ended this way, because Phoenix Wright is still one of Capcom's best selling franchises ever. Even if you disagree, if you don't, even if all of the games are mediocre at best, all, not a single one is beyond bad or whatever. And you can't say that about all of Capcom's series. Ace Attorney is definitely one of the biggest games that is consistent to this day.
Now, how many games are in this series? Do you know?
Let's see here. Got the first trilogy, the Apollo Justice trilogy. That's 6 games so far. Then you got the look at that photo.
They even penciled in Mia.
Yeah, like a ghost. Oh yeah, ignoring this case for now, ignoring that. Ignoring that. We still have a long way to go for that one. Ignoring it.
Okay. Duly noted. It has been stricken from the record.
I mean, stricken from the record for now. I mean, conventionally, that credits right there is basically we call the actual end credits, but episode 5 Rise from the Ashes is a what we call a bonus case in any sense, and that was strictly added for the DS games in particular, so that's another part of the game that we'll eventually get into, but that will be sometime later because I have to tell you this in all honesty, our little stream thing or so might be put on hiatus for a little while because
Okay.
I'll be doing not auditions, but I will. Let's see here. I mean, I have no problem this upcoming Saturday and not this. Wait, this Saturday? Hold on a moment. Green is. I have no problems with this upcoming Saturday or anything else or Sunday, but unfortunately, after that, I will be doing rehearsals for Sweeney Todd the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, and those naturally include rehearsal days, so unfortunately, we'll have to eventually pick this case Rise from the Ashes sometime next month or so, but officially we are kind of
Yeah,
done with the original game, so yeah. So, how did you think of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney?
I think the first couple were very handholdy, right?
Yeah, to be honest, that's just because this was the first case.
Sure, they got to teach you how to play the game. I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
Um,
they had to lean you into the ropes after all.
yeah, but like once Turnabout Samurai came around, I thought it kind of picked up. There were a couple moments that were pretty clever, a couple moments that were a little frustrating. But yeah, like I can see why this game is successful. It's a very clean game. It's art, right? So much of this is just kind of figuring out the best way to show something. And it was really good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
just let you know, the following games might be a little bit more complicated, but that's
Yeah.
just because yeah, but they also include some more gameplay elements concerning the investigation. I mean, you see how comparatively different each side of the investigation and courtrooms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in order to spice up the gameplay, they went with new different mechanics, but we'll eventually get that sometime after we go into more of this series, because we're still with the fifth case for this one, so eventually we will get into it, but the other games are a little bit more complex and a little bit more complicated. But this first game, for what it did and for how simple it was, it's one of my favorite games of all time. And even though some parts of it do not hold up very well in a sense, like especially Case 3 Investigation 2, I'd say. There was a lot of backtracking and all of that. Still, well, most of the rest of the pacing was pretty solid, at least.
Yeah. There were a few times where things seemed odd or the way to present the evidence was not clear, but solid game, right?
Right?
Consistent, very good portrayals of these characters. The small roster made each of them stand out. It was really good.
Yeah.
The
And
the
uh,
mysteries were clever in themselves.
yep, and to this day, some of my favorite characters, including Phoenix Wright, Mia Fey, Detective Gumshoe, Miles Edgeworth, they are definitely the heart and core of the series.
Yeah.
Yep. And who do you think is the best? And out of all of these, who do you think is the best antagonist or villain?
So if I could be so blunt, the first two villains, they don't stand out to me. I don't really remember them at all, which maybe is unfortunate. I
I
know that
do.
I can picture them, but they don't really stand out. I think I really enjoyed Turnabout Samurai because it presented a lot of possibilities, right?
Right?
At first, we were claiming Miss Oldbag did it, even though we acknowledged that she probably didn't, and
Yeah.
that
We
introduced
had
several new characters.
we just had to throw her under the bus a little bit.
Yep. Um, and you know that whole thing, the way that it opened up, I thought it was pretty interesting. Um, I think in general, the greatest villain has to be the one that played the biggest role in the story, and that would be uh, Von Crusher.
Fun
Forgetting
karma.
his names. Von Karma. Um, I mean, it really did feel like he kind of came out of nowhere to steal the scenes there, but
Yeah, but his presence during the whole case 4 was something else entirely.
mm-hmm.
His presence, his mannerisms, his way of speaking, just the way he also took control of things because of his perfectionism. And man, was he intimidating.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't cheat more, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah,
Like they play him up as such a big evidence creator, like someone who just makes evidence up for no reason. I'm kind of
yeah,
surprised we didn't get more of that, but
yeah, but I think that too much evidence would make him more suspicious to a fault. I mean, there's already rumors about the guy anyway,
that's
so
true.
he doesn't want too much. He wants to be more secret about it, and not secret, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, discreet.
Discreet. There we are. Discreet. And, anyways, have you listened to the music yet?
I have not. No.
Honestly, telling you, the soundtrack is legit.
I'm sure that it is.
Yeah, my favorite one definitely is the Steel Samurai. So I'm just probably going to see here. Where is it? Oh, there we are. We're just going to put in the background of my player since I have. Actually, here's the thing. This game is so good with its soundtrack, I even bought the whole trilogy, or at least first trilogy worth of the game. And even though was a little bit expensive, that's just because I really like the series as a whole. The, that series is one of the only ones I can proudly say that.
All right.
Do you hear it on your end, or you just...
Yep, I can hear.
Alright, this is the Steel Samurai, Warrior of New York's Tokyo. Alright, what did you think of that song?
It's poppy. It's very chip tuning, right? Like it can
Yeah,
definitely be it's unique. It's
well, it was from the original Game Boy Advance, that's for sure. They had to work with the Game Boy Advance limitations, but that whole soundtrack is still iconic either way, especially the pursuit theme when trying to catch down criminals. Anyways, this has been Dry Dry Oasis. I've been your host, and these have been my co-hosts, Kirby and Snorlax. What do you have to say, Kirby and Snorlax? Pio Pio! Pio 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 Pio! Kirby definitely wanted to see Mr. Von Karma in jail, and he got that wish. I think Snorlax is doozing off a little bit. Have anything else to say on your end, FuzzyCow?
I had a lot of fun. I think this was a very exciting conclusion to
Alright,
our fourth trial.
definitely. And for the first original part of this game, anyway. So, yeah, as always, you can find me on YouTube, follow me on YouTube, or subscribe to me on YouTube or Twitch. Follow me on my Twitter, donate to me on my Patreon. This has been Dry Dry Oasis. I would like all of you for coming, and I'm just going to take this little time to do a little jingle to waste the next 27 or so seconds. 9, 8, 7. Oh, wait, I could probably do a little raid. Let's see what's going on now. Let's see what's going on now. I should probably do some more of that. Let's see who's currently. Oh, no, not that area. Hmm. Let's see. Let's see. Hmm. I guess I will go and put you onto somebody else that I know that's talking about Paper Mario, another RPG. Let's start their raid. They're probably at the desert, so if you don't want to be spoiled, just go ahead. I'll start their raid, giving them 270 viewers. Goodbye. I will catch y'all later soon. And now.